Dairy farming is a vital component of Sri Lanka's agricultural economy, providing livelihoods for thousands of rural families. Traditionally, cattle are raised under free-range or extensive management systems, where they graze on natural pastures and harvested paddy fields. While this practice has long been part of rural life, it faces increasing challenges due to land scarcity, disease risks, and environmental concerns. Free-range or extensive management systems offer several benefits to dairy farmers. Grazing on natural pastures reduces feed costs, while exposure to sunlight helps cattle maintain strong immunity. Allowing animals to move freely enhances their physical fitness and promotes natural breeding. Additionally, free-range or extensive management systems can play a role in sustainable land management by reducing weeds and naturally fertilizing fields with manure. However, the sustainability of this system depends on effective management practices, which are becoming difficult as land availability declines due to urbanization, population growth, and competition from crop cultivation. Cattle grazing in open fields are exposed to various diseases such as foot and mouth disease, leptospirosis, and black quarter. Parasites, including gastrointestinal worms and liver flukes, are common due to poor quality water sources and contaminated pastures. Cattle often drink from water bodies near paddy and other crop fields that may be contaminated with chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Prolonged exposure to these toxins can lead to reproductive disorders and other health issues. Natural breeding during grazing can result in unplanned pregnancies and poor genetic management. Additionally, unsupervised calving in open fields poses risks to both cows and newborn calves, including predation by wild animals and exposure to harsh weather. As urban areas expand and agricultural land becomes limited, conflicts between dairy farmers and crop or paddy farmers are increasing. Overgrazing and encroachment on cultivated land often cause disputes. Several tropical countries have adopted innovative strategies to overcome these challenges. Brazil is known for rotational grazing systems where pastures are divided into smaller plots and grazed sequentially to maintain soil and pasture health. In Kenya, dairy farmers have adopted zero grazing systems, providing high-quality feed and shelter for cattle, improving milk yields while reducing disease risks. In India, smallholder dairy farmers practice silvopastoral systems, integrating fodder trees with grazing lands to enhance productivity and provide shade. Thailand's dairy farmers use integrated farming systems, combining dairy production with biogas plants to manage waste and generate renewable energy. Recommendations for Sri Lankan dairy farmers include implementing regular vaccination programs and routine deworming schedules, providing clean water through constructed tanks or troughs to reduce reliance on contaminated water sources, adopting artificial insemination for planned breeding to improve genetic quality, building calf shelters to protect young animals from predators and environmental hazards, establishing maternity paddocks near farmhouses for supervised calving, practicing rotational grazing to prevent overgrazing and maintain pasture productivity, cultivating high-yield fodder varieties such as stylosanthes and Napier grass, preserving fodder as silage or hay during surplus periods for year-round feed availability, establishing fenced grazing plots near farms for semi-intensive management, providing supplementary feed during stall feeding to balance nutrient intake, developing proper cattle sheds with waste management systems for intensive systems, conducting training programs to demonstrate the benefits of semi-intensive and intensive systems, developing model farms in rural villages, showcasing best practices to encourage farmer adoption, and providing government subsidies and financial incentives for infrastructure development. Sri Lanka's dairy sector faces numerous challenges, including land scarcity, disease risks, and environmental pollution. However, by adopting innovative approaches and transitioning from traditional free-range or extensive management systems to semi-intensive and intensive management systems, dairy farmers can enhance productivity, improve cattle health, and ensure long-term sustainability. Learning from successful practices in tropical countries can guide Sri Lankan farmers toward a more prosperous and environmentally sustainable future. With proper guidance and support, the nation's dairy farmers can balance tradition with modern innovation for greater success.